What did you do?
You done fucked it up! What the hell was that? That was our finale.
Now we rule.
That was fucking pathetic, guys.
What did you do?
This has gone from one of the best shows on television to one of the biggest disappointments ever.
Now we rule.
I am so mad right now. I'm angry because this show had so much potential.
It did.
Episode 5 is still one of the best alien TV fucking content on the level of movie contents ever. 9/10 territory. And these last episodes took a fucking utter dump. It fumbled so big, so hard. Embarrassing. And embarrassing me. Now I'm embarrassed about that thumbnail. Hey, one of the best shows on television because this is really bad. I was very frustrated.
One of the best episodes.
Huh?
Just put one of the best episodes.
Asterisk.
One of the best episodes on the thumbnail for number 5.
Yeah.
But I actually did like a lot of the concepts and a lot of the characters and certain bits and pieces here, right? I still find some of the bits and pieces salvageable. But by the end, it is turned into a shit show. And that is not a finale. Like, I was going in with low expectations already. I predicted this, by the way. I was like, there is no way they're going to wrap this up.
It was
is
worse than I thought.
But it is actually worse than I thought it would be. Negative variables are increasing was one of the lines. Your negative variables are through the fucking roof, my man, for this. This was way too much, and I saw this online. This was way too much cliffhanger and not enough finale. And I was so shocked by this, I had to immediately go and see, because towards the end, the directors and writers and showrunners usually talk about what they made and shit. And I had to do more research. And what I found was fucking shocking. What Noah said about the end and the future. And now, from this, it kind of fucking makes sense. And I want to read this to you, but I'll read it to you, I think, later on in the spoiler section, after you get the full understanding of how shit this particular episode was, not only for the series, but as a season ending and setting up season 2. I'm really frustrated, and I'm gonna have to wait 2 fucking years to even get a satisfactory, story or ending, if even that. If this is an indication of what you were building towards and what you would like to, give to your audience as a satisfactory ending, then I have no faith in the rest of your bullshit. I'm really upset because, like, so much potential, and it turned into this. What a fucking cock tease, what an about face. It's basically, I sum it up, if you like the Lost Boys, if you like the little kid characters and the big adult bodies, and that was your favorite part of the show, then maybe you're somewhat satisfied, because, they win in the end. It's a role reversal. What do we do now? We rule. We rule. And then when I think about the xenomorph and the alien, and I thought that this was going to be a climax. We're going to get plenty of deaths. We're going to get plenty of tension. We're going to get crazy and wild things. No one of consequence dies at all. Nothing really fucking happens. I am so shocked. Just fucking terrible. And the stupidity continues. This TR1, and which they finally give a name to the stupid security thing. TR1 makes these dumbest fucking decisions ever, and I guess the plant alien finally gets its day in the sun.
Even that was a letdown.
I think a lot of people think this is a letdown. I thought it was cool, but it's nowhere near the level that was needed in order for this to work.
Yeah, because all it just looked like an umbrella.
I don't like the fucking children Peter Pan shit.
No.
I don't like the stupidity that this shit devolves in. I don't like how unfocused and unplanned everything feels by the end. Horrendous cliffhanger. A lack of a satisfactory ending. It literally ends in the middle of an important beat. It never got, and if it never gets a second season, this would be shit. Shit! And would need to be wiped from my memory. Never thought I'd be like, okay, it was one of the greatest shows on TV. Now we're wiping it from my memory. That's the amount of fumble that happened here in the end. What did you guys think of this travesty?
They went full stupid with it. It was fucking terrible. I hated it. I've always said the weakest part of this story were the fucking kids. And what do we get? A whole episode of kids. It was eye-rolling. The dialogue was terrible. We called out the dialogue a lot. It's very tropey. A lot of stupid shit happens because... Why? I don't know why.
I don't know why. Because you're not focusing on the fucking aliens. Because you were focusing on this story that you created that sucks. That is not as fascinating. I was willing to tolerate Wendy and Joe and the Lost Boys so as long as you satisfied us in other areas.
Yeah, and that's a shitty part too, because I wanted to see a lot of chaos with the aliens and see what they could do. And we briefly get the umbrella-looking one, the plant. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, the xenomorph is out. But he's already killed a whole bunch. All we see is like the aftermath. We don't even get to see any of the cool kills or anything like that. So like barely a little bit. It just fell apart. Like
it fell apart in almost every aspect. Even the practical effects that I had been praising. It's like, oh, I like the man in the suit. I like how it's a little cheesy. Even here, it falls apart. The alien, like what the fuck? Did they shoot the alien in the head? Were they using beanbag rounds? What, maybe in order to capture the alien, right? Or is that just meant to be like, oh, they're right. These guns don't penetrate as well, and then in the future, 40 years from now, then we get the real pulse rifles that can penetrate. And the green spit. We've never seen the alien have this bright, neon-colored green spit. In the very next scene, he's in the dark and he's doing translucent spit. So what is happening? Do we have completely different fucking teams?
Yeah, I think we do. And once again, Boy Cavalier, a genius that does nothing.
The boy genius that is the biggest fucking moron on this planet.
Stupid ass shit, non-stop. It's just annoying. I was annoyed throughout this whole thing. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Look, there's a couple cool scenes, and if you don't think about anything, I think some of this stuff works. But the problem is not a single character action, not a single scene holds up to any sort of scrutiny. And it's a shame because, you know, you want something like this to be well written. You want your genius characters to feel like geniuses. You want it's Alien in the title. It's the Alien franchise, and the Alien is sidelined in its own franchise. And I mean, it's in the, we got hints of it when they named the episode, right? The real monsters. And you know what I don't want? I don't want my expectations subverted in my monster movie where the real monsters were the humans all along, again and again and again, because that is just like writers' rooms just breaking their own arms to jerk each other off. It's just like, what are you doing here? Like, I don't give a fuck about this.
No.
And it's just... And it's hard because then you watch a scene and you see, we're in spoilers, right? Because we're in the finale. There's no reason not to. Yeah. It's like the eye taking over a guy that doesn't have heart or lungs anymore. It's like the body doesn't work. There's bodies all over the island.
It would have had to have walked miles. There's so many soldiers patrolling the stupid halls that every fucking time we see Joe, he's walking behind soldiers that are patrolling for no fucking reason. The eye could have took over anybody in that facility. Instead, if it makes a journey off to the beach, how it knows that guy is there, I have no fucking idea. This is clearly just the writers in the writing rooms. Wouldn't it be cool if the guy you least expect gets your fucking eye? Oh, but it's way more clever than you think it is because that guy knew everything about the project, and so now T. Oculus knows everything about the project, and if he wants to shut down the hybrids, he can, and this is set up for season 2.
You could have it. I don't want it.
Yeah, so like there's stuff like that. The fact that they just completely forgot that they can turn off the robots, the kids, at any time. They've got an iPad. Yeah, they can't track them. They turn that off, but they can turn them off at any time, especially when they're locked in there. They forgot that Wendy has the power to hack the entire planet from a TV screen, and it's like you can't be setting these things up in earlier episodes, hoping that we forget in the next episodes, and they're really important plot points. You have a search and rescue team that walks into a secure lab. They know it's a secure lab. They've been there for weeks. They know it's filled with aliens. They know it's filled with aliens. They know it's filled with aliens. The very first thing when you walk in is you see a broken fucking alien containment cage. It's the first fucking thing. There's even a red light next to it that turns on because they broke containment. And they walk around like, what? There could be something dangerous. You mean the broken cage? And yeah, they don't show it to you this time. But if you have a brain that is working and you think about the scene, it's like, oh, hey, the alien's out.
That's supposed to be the thing about it, like you
so
said.
that's the problem. It's like none of these scenes hold up to any sort of scrutiny. The writers took no care or effort. And
They
if
didn't even proofread their own stuff.
and if they don't put care and effort into it, I don't know how they expect me to emotionally invest in something like this, because it's like it just shows that you don't give a shit. You're gonna do the rule of cool only goes so far, and it's just like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Hey, this doesn't make sense. And what's really frustrating, the last thing I want to say, what's so fucking frustrating is so easily, if you had an adult in the room, they could have been like, hey, let's just write it in a slightly different way and it won't be fucking stupid. But instead, they didn't do that.
Yep.
And instead, we get the B team directing it. And like, I don't know, like, what are we doing?
Well, the episodes that we hated the most was directed by Dana Gonzalez, and Dana Gonzalez handles these last two. And then they bring in a writer, Migizizi Pensonoau, who has not written any episode prior to this episode. What the fuck are you doing? This is the finale. The guy, why are you bringing in somebody who didn't write any of the other episodes to try to write some of this episode? The writing in this goddamn episode doesn't even make any sense. TR1 security team is like, they're running all around and they go, we got to get to the armory. I specifically wrote down.
Protocol is to rally at the armory on 1.
With those things running around?
Just fight the battle that's in front of you.
Got to get to the armory. So then the next scene, what do? They're fucking around in another random area of the fucking facility, the front door. Then they get scared by a jump scare of, old grandma, doing the fucking mold, whatever the fuck, this red herring that they've been doing this whole fucking series. Do we learn what the fucking spraying is? No! No! It's a jump, and we gotta get to the armory. Okay, and then the next scene, next time they show all these soldiers, what are they doing? They're in the goddamn containment area. I thought you were going to go to the armory to get the big guns.
It's not
you
urgent.
literally just said we got to get more big guns, armory, and then the next thing, the soldiers walk in and clear the room like they're military. This is a fucking moron who doesn't...
You okay?
Clear? I'm fine, really.
doesn't know how military operates, who doesn't know how security operates, who is just writing the next goddamn scene. I need to put human bodies in an alien area so they can get killed. It's so stupid. It is fucking stupid. Every fucking moment of this episode pissed me the fuck off. It subverted my expectations. That's about the best you can do. But it subverted my expectations in the dumbest Disney fucking Star Wars piece of shit ass, shitting all over the lore, shitting all over everybody's intelligence, going off the rails, and now the alien xenomorph in a alien series is about 20% of this whole fucking thing, and 40% is the Lost Boys and Peter Pan and these fucking hybrids that I don't give a fucking shit about. I don't care. Every single one makes it out alive.
You're supposed to care about them for 2 years.
Yeah, you have to.
And when Wendy is explaining, he turned on us. I wanted to punch her in the fucking throat.
I fucking hated that.
Yeah, because she killed someone.
He chose them.
Yeah, well,
He's one of us.
he turned on us. Even fucking the.
Nibs is right there. She's fucking fine. She killed people.
She killed people. Nibs killed somebody, and even the guy was trying to tell like Smee or whatever was like, He tried
to hurt her friend too.
Are you fucking stupid? No. The writers already established how Wendy's character, how Wendy cares about things, and she knows her brother's whole purpose. He helps people when she's writing her letters. He helps people. He's a medic. So of course he's going to try to prevent some people from fucking dying. That's his whole character trait. And that's the character trait that she loves most about her brother. But all of a sudden, she doesn't understand why he would try to stop Nibs and not destroy Nibs, not kill Nibs. She's fine. She's right next to you.
The guy
barely
has his jaw.
There's barely any damage on Nibs.
He's fucking dead.
The next scene, she's all fucked up, and then the next scene in this series, perfectly fine.
And it made it even worse. It made it even worse because she's like all
awful
fighting.
Writing.
She's like, well, aren't we your friends too? It's like, I guess you could just call me an it. It's like,
I fucking hate her. And then I have to watch this bitch and her fucking lips zoomed into the goddamn camera so goddamn.
The alien.
And all her fucking spit and her fucking buck teeth. I'm pissed right now, so I'm getting personal. I don't give a fuck. Well, anybody's teeth is gonna be buck teeth when you're camera's that fucking close. But I fucking hate it when she's calling the aliens, and it doesn't. Not only is it fucking stupid to watch visually, I like the concept because I've read comics plenty of times where you control an alien and do this, but the way it's executed is so dumb. It's just a crossfade every fucking time. She's like, you could barely hear her doing it, and apparently the alien miles and miles away through multiple layers of fucking 7 feet thick concrete and containment areas and soundproof and bars and all this stuff. The alien can just hear it wherever. That's because I am so fucking lazy. I have no idea how to write things. I'm just writing a general outline, and it doesn't matter how it makes sense. It doesn't matter how it fits. And I have fucking confirmation of that. And I can't wait to talk about it.
It's very convenient that there's a huge-ass tunnel for that alien to go straight to where it needs to.
Yeah.
And what's weird is it blows me away because I'm like, these are fucking frauds. But at the same time, there were episodes where I was like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I'm really loving this. The intrigue, the slow burn, it's really building. But when it builds to something as stupid as this, where you clearly did not have a fucking plan. You clearly did not have a plan. You fucked around with everybody, and you wanted to leave everybody open and everybody a potential main character in season 2. I fucking hate television. Now you just reminded me why I hate fucking television series. I'm over here stupid thinking that you've told a complete story and you're giving us a season, and if another season happens, great. If not, oh well, you gave us an awesome story. No, you tell an incomplete story that is clearly just fucking baiting, like the show Lost, where the fucking writers have no idea where they're going next and will just make it up as we go along. No, I'm not on board for that. I fucking hate that type of television. And it sucks because here and there is talent on screen and there are good concepts, but they're just executed, and the end journey was fucking awful. Awful.
Yeah. At least Weyland-Yutani, Weyland-Yutani is revealed to be, they've cut the communications, they're satellite blocking them, they've got ships. We assume that there's ships on the way there, but they sent 9 dudes. And if we're gonna go full top-tiered level, so it's like, well, where are they? Like that you probably would have sent all of them at the same time. And then honestly, the most disappointing thing for me, well, 2, Joe lived, and again, just like nothing but nonstop plot armor. And I will remember, I said I was gonna give him -1 point if he lives, and it's gonna be the truth. Is the thing that Kirsch was nothing, and so like we were just filling in the blanks for them, and then we were hoping that all of this cool stuff was gonna happen,
fuck.
and then like. It turns out
it was an accident.
As of season one right now, and look, they could change everything later, but it's like from everything that we've seen so far, with like my review score for season 1, he's just kind of weird, and he wasn't a genius setting everything up. He's just kind of weird.
I love Kirsch, I love Maro, but what they had for him here in the final episode takes away from their characters. Noah calls this an experiment. And it's a failed experiment.
It was.
You really needed to finish things off. You really needed to have a coherent vision. You really needed to have an endpoint that is satisfying and conclusive, only with a few doors open. Not every goddamn door open forever without a satisfactory ending. I'm pissed because we like literally just saw this, and I'm gonna go into every fucking stupid ass decision because there was no payoff. Well, fuck you. You wasted my fucking time, and now you're wasting my fucking time for 2 more years, and then potentially 2 more years after that. If this gets 3 seasons, because he's mentioned 3 seasons, you know, I'm gonna be like, I'm just, this sucks.
If it's just nothing but the
You have
Lost
to take,
Boys,
you have to take all this
it.
feedback that you're getting now from the haters, because I'm sure there's still people out there. This is the best show ever. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, and then you have haters of the lovers that are fucking weirdos that are like, you fucking idiots, y'all are so fucking stupid, I fucking told you. It's like, bro, we give everything a fucking chance episode to episode, and so we don't fucking prejudge an entire goddamn series over the first episode, over the second episode, over the third episode. I like to give things a complete chance, and when we get the right way, that's how it's fucking done the right way. That's what you do when you're a fucking critic and when you review shit. You let the shit play out to the fucking end. I review games and I play every fucking minute of that goddamn game up until the end. So many other people will fucking review games after they play the first 3 hours, 4 hours. No, that's not how we do it here. We give it a chance. And it hurts that much more. That's why the Angry Joe show was created, because it hurts that much more when you invest yourself and then you see it fucking, you know, result into shit like this, into tropes like this, into the laziest possible thing, into the worst cliffhangers. And, yeah. And, oh my God. So let's just go to final verdicts on this episode only, and then we will also rate the entire series, you know, towards the end of the video. No, let's put it right here. I need your fucking rating for this episode and then season 1. And you better hope to fucking God this thing gets a season 2. You know, so that I can have a fucking satisfactory story. Because if they announce that this is canceled, the rating goes down even further for me. Because you wrote yourself into a fucking corner. You wrote yourself without an end game. And you wrote this ending not knowing for certain, and I have proof for that, not knowing for certain that you're going to get a second season. And this is what you wanted to, how you wanted to end it. And then beg for a second season. So what is the rating for
this episode?
8?
I'm going to give it a 2. It was fucking boring. I hated it. It's like everything that I did not want. I find the kids annoying, and we get nothing but the kids. This fucking trope is like, oh, now they need to be afraid of us. It's like, yeah, it's fucking dumb. I hate it.
Ghosts.
Oh, God, that's so fucking stupid.
We clearly hate the Lost Boys.
And it really left a bad taste in my mouth now, and I'm like at a 3-4 as a whole, because honestly I don't care about the future if this is what we have to look forward to, and I don't care about the characters. I honestly don't. The main ones that I really
but hey,
the main ones that I do like was Kirsch and Maro. Boy Cavalier is a fucking idiot. Everyone else is a fucking idiot. And I think I called it. Kirsch was not a mastermind. That was just an accident. I'm at a 3. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it at all. Went down.
Harsh.
For the episode, my gut reaction was a 3. I think it's a bad episode. I still think that there are some cool things that we got to see glimpses of. But, I mean, like I mentioned before, I don't think it's almost a single scene holds up to any sort of scrutiny. I mean, down to the lady going to check on the graves when the island is being invaded by Weyland-Yutani and communications are down. Her husband is missing, and she's out there, like, putting flowers on graves.
She doesn't care about her husband.
Well, it's like, so there's just so much crazy stuff where, like, hey, we need the scene to happen. It's like, why? You could have had her, like, in her room. Like, this scene adds absolutely nothing. But you just put it there because you wanted to, but it doesn't make it makes sense in the context of everything else. It's almost like there's a brand new writer that didn't have any of the scripts from the previous episodes come in on the very last episode.
That's what happened.
And it's like, oh, did this guy who come in last minute not read any of the other ones? Because it's fucking weird that she's out there doing any of these things. So I do think it's a pretty poor episode. I think it's a really bad season finale. And the reason that, I mean, honestly, I could see this being like a 4 or 5 as an episode. As a finale, though, I do think it's a 3 because in no way am I excited for season 2. I would be glad if they cancel this because I don't want to wait 2 years and have to set aside 10 hours of my life to watch another disappointing season where we have sidelined the aliens in the alien show and the real monsters are humans and the things that we do the entire time. And look, I get that that's kind of the point in the whole thing is that humans are, crazy and the hubris, but like you can only stretch that so far. And in the end, you have to satisfy with there's like the promise in a Jurassic Park movie that the dinosaurs are going to be a problem. I think there should be a promise in the Alien movie that they're going to be the main conflict. And I never
now
once...
they're fucking domesticated pets!
Yeah, and so now they feel like attack dogs for a character that I don't
like. And the second alien has no fucking reason to be a friendly fucking pet. I get it, the first one.
Yeah.
You actually set that up. The second one has no reason to be obedient.
Yeah. And then the plant one was in the whole season for all of 45 seconds, and then it did something stupid and died. Not exciting. The flies are not there. We got none of the
Everybody's
leeches.
been saying that about the plant, that it's stupid, but I'd liked that.
I would have liked
but
it.
It was like
it was like Half-Life where it's like they're walking in the hall and it picks up the last one and they're like, where the fuck did so and so go? And it does some things, not like kill it. So I mean, it just immediately got shot.
Yeah.
And so this episode doesn't feel good to me. And as far as the season goes, I had higher hopes going through, and we were building potential. The problem is we ended up with a giant pile of unrealized potential. Kirsch went absolutely nowhere. I didn't feel they used the aliens well at all. I still love Igor Oculus. I think he's great. The fact that they threw him in a guy with no heart or lungs doesn't make any sense to me, and so you kind of shit on that. And it's just like that's just a level of writing that we get.
That's the level of writing.
And so I think this is a massively disappointing series, and when you fuck up the ending, like we do things we've seen with like Game of Thrones or Lost or these other series that just kind of didn't end well, it kind of ruins everything that came before. So even though the scores may not average out, I have really negative feelings about the season. I don't recommend anyone watch it. So
Except for one.
I do, episode was at 5.
Yeah,
I like 5.
It's like,
but you need context for that, Joe.
Yeah, and then it kind of goes nowhere. So what'd you give it, a 3?
Yeah.
For the whole season 1, Joe?
I think
is that what you did?
I think I'm going to
2 for the last. Okay.
I think I'm going to give it a 4 as far as the season. So 3 for the episode, 4 for the season.
If we factor in all the good episodes.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, this I agree 100%. I can. I was like, there's even if you like the Lost Boys, even if you like some of these other elements that are inflated and taking up way too much screen time for an Alien series, even if you do, and I'm still thinking it's like a 5. But then when you put together the fact that this is supposed to be the finale, this is and you have 8 hours, and this felt so rushed. Every single one of the storylines felt so rushed, incomplete, more questions than answers. It's so goddamn frustrating. It's a fucking 3. It's a 3 out of 10. Really only a few tiny things hold this episode up. It may be like a 2, like Joe said. Like the Maro and Kirsch things, small thing that holds it up. What's another thing? The reveal of another synth, synth daddy, beer belly synth daddy, bald-headed dude is a synth. But then even that is, and the fuck, god damn it, and the fucking Wendy is so goddamn overpowered at this point. There's no fucking tension. She does everything. Yes. She's everything fucking, super powered being. They can beat up anybody, can take on a xenomorph single-handedly. She can fucking hack anything into the fucking world. She can control goddamn synths and freeze them. There's no opposition to Wendy. She's a boring-ass fucking character. I don't know if I want to call her Mary Sue yet, but it is just extremely uninteresting.
But they forgot.
And one of the worst things was fucking her and a relationship with Joe. And I thought that was going to go somewhere. And it goes in the most eye-rolling, nonsensical, I'm mad at Joe now, even though the character traits for both characters that you set up are screaming that you wouldn't be this upset over something like that. Forced fucking drama, weak fucking writers. No, No, and the fact that tough love coming from an Aliens fan, and I was this fucking high, and now I'm this fucking low. This episode's a fucking 2. You're right, Joe. And then the goddamn whole series, I have to taper my anger because I did enjoy it a lot of the way through. I was going to go in individual episodes, but I know I was delving out 9s, 10s, 8s. And then these last 3 episodes just goes like a straight line down.
Yeah, because I remember in the beginning of the episodes, I was like, okay, well, the kids are getting better. They'll get better. They'll get better.
They'll get better, or
things will get more interesting.
Yes.
It'll
get more
It's
interesting.
like maybe
It'll go somewhere interesting.
It
went nowhere. So you had one of the you conceived a weak ass idea that was taking too much time away from your more interesting ideas, and then you just end it. And so if that's the way it is, then we're gonna say, well, that was a weak ass fucking idea and a failed experiment. And you got some things right, but mostly a failed experiment. I am gonna go with season 1, Alien Earth, a fucking 4 out of 10. I'm gonna say this is slightly below average. I'm going to give you points for Maro and Kirsch, all that interesting buildup. I'm going to give you some points for the alien and this interesting concept of maybe being able to control the alien. I'm going to give you some points for the actual space episode where they did everything perfectly, 9, 10 territory, 2, and the rest. So that's 3 points right there. And then there's some good morsels here and there in the rest of the show. But so much of it being goddamn hubris over and over and over and over and over, and the stupidity over and over and over. You create a stupid show. Congratulations. You've created a stupidity-filled show.
He honestly didn't do anything.
Cavalier is just like, I want to say he's fascinating. I want to say he's compelling, but it's just the level of stupidity is so high. And if you want to say, oh, he's an anarchist, and some of this stuff that I'm about to read you later, that he revels in this kind of stuff, and that he purposefully just likes chaos and just wants to let it breed, then you have to fucking show that. You have to talk about it. You have to set it up better.
Yes.
And, it's just, this clearly is, you were playing with your toys, and you didn't want to kill off any of your toys. You didn't want to give your toys away, and you want to play with all of them for the next season, but you don't even want to give the audience a satisfying conclusion. Shame on you. And I'm going to go 4 out of 10 for all the previous work done. And that's huge because I put best show on TV on our first thumbnail. And I was really looking forward to this. And I was so happy. I was like, man, this is going to be great. I'm going to rewatch these in the future.
It got a lot of people, all right?
It did get a lot of people. And I'm sure there's still mega fans for it. And I'm not taking that away from you. If you like the series, if you still think it's great, if you're hovering at 6, 8, whatever, that's fine. This is our fucking opinion. Our fucking opinion doesn't need to change your opinion and doesn't need to make you get triggered and fucking start attacking me on Twitter and all this shit. And
yeah, you should tag me on Twitter instead. That's way easier.
Clown.
Yeah.
Clown penis.
Anyways, so yeah, it's a 4 out of 10 on season 1. I can only hope that motherfucking Noah Hotley or whatever his name is lying. Because if he didn't know that he's not getting additional season, I'm gonna pretend that you knew you were getting a season 2, and that you will make up for a lot of what you failed to do in the first season. You'll make up for it in the second season. And not only that, but you will have an end point where you know where the story is going. You know how these characters resolve in a satisfying, interesting way. I'm gonna pretend. Because guess what? That's not at all true. And I'm about to read that for you here in the spoiler section. So that is what it is. Come join us here in the spoiler section. The Hollywood Reporter here. So they did an interview with motherfucking Noah. And it turns out this guy doesn't know shit.
Doesn't get it.
Okay. I wouldn't read too much into that. Okay, I need a little bit more. I only took screenshots of his answers. I need the questions. Okay. So, ahead of the finale, Hawley spoke with the Hollywood Reporter about how the finale sets up a second season of Alien Earth and how the vibe of the show's final moments may be a bit deceptive in terms of what comes next. So he's asked, so with Fargo being an anthology series with a story that wrapped up each season, you could always do a finale on a show where you could just do anything you wanted. This felt like a finale where you had to keep all the chess pieces on the board. I know you have a long-term plan, but is there also some degree of, well, let's see what the audience reaction is to these characters and these storylines before we make any permanent decisions about them in season 2 storyline? This is the fucking interviewer asking these questions. It's almost like they were rehearsed ahead of fucking time so he can give the best fucking answer. So his response to that is, I think there's an artistic answer to that, and there's a commercial answer to that, right? Well, stop, full stop right there. You're done. You're fucking done. Because this clearly is doing this commercially. And he's already made that decision. Okay, going back to him. Obviously, I had a plan and execute a story that's going someplace. And then this whole thing is a proof of concept. An experiment to see if enough people on the planet want to watch an Alien TV show to justify the expense of a second and a third season of an Alien TV show. So for me, I never hedged my bets. What the fuck? So you're just fucking around, you're experimenting, you're doing some ideas, but you don't actually have like a fucking end goal, a satisfying conclusion, because you just want to throw things out there. Can I get second and third season? That to me is unforgivable. But he goes on. This is not a close-ended season. This chapter is closed, but Yutani troops are landing. The balance of power has shifted. These children have no idea what's coming. The last line of "Now we rule" is triumphant and uplifting. But cut to 10 minutes later, what's going to be happening? So I like that it has that real-time urgency to it. It's also worth looking at some of the structural elements. I'm used to working with 10 hours. I had 8 hours here. So he's making the thing that we have criticized new TV shows. He is agreeing with us. Man only had 8 hours. He normally works with 10. I think you need more than 10. And he says, and because of the way the story unfolded, you wrote it that way. I had 2.5 hours at the crash site. Then I came back to Neverland for an hour and a half. Then I had the spaceship episode, the show's 5th. Then I had 3 episodes to finally pay off the Neverland story. There was a lot that had to be accomplished in a constricted period of time. You did that! You set it up that way! What are you talking about? Like, as if somebody else is constricting. Oh, I can't do it. Well, I already spent 3 hours here and 2 hours here. There was a lot that had to be accomplished, so there was a lot of structural challenges to make sure that it's not only immersive on a character and thematic level, but that the show can set and pay off a story while setting up a future story. What's gratifying to me from the critical response is that this high degree difficulty dive seems to have landed. No, it didn't.
On its face.
It landed on its fucking face. You failed on this high degree of difficulty. This is one of the worst finales I've ever seen. This is literally, there's 8 other episodes in the vault already made. And you're just lying and you're going to debut them tomorrow. That's not happening. But that's what it feels like. It's pathetic. It could end right now and right here. And all those that were on Twitter, they were like, oh, well, clearly they've got season 2 and they've got a... No, I'm about to read you. So now you eat your own fucking words. Boyd Cavalier seems proud of Wendy. Now we rule. Does it suggest blah, blah, blah? Let's see. So this is what he goes into Boyd Cavalier's anti-authoritarianism, his anarchism, blah, blah, blah. Let's go. So who knows what will happen. If you're Peter Pan and you want death to adults, how great is it that the children are going to rule now? Who knows what will happen? So I do think he certainly has a low point when Wendy holds up the mirror and shows him who he really is. And when I get a little context from that, I actually kind of like that at the end where Boy Cavalier is kind of like laughing and he's like, he enjoys the chaos that is unleashed. So if you think of him like that, then I get it. So I'm not completely, hating on the Boy Cavalier character like everybody else and how fucking stupid he is. There's reasons for it. And I find him compelling. And if you're going to carry over a character, I guess you could do that one. But we wanted a satisfying kill. We wanted a payoff. We wanted comeuppings. But you're going to drag this out for 2, 3, 4, 5. What's going on? Okay, so, and here's where it gets real. What is the latest on potentially getting a season 2? Right? This is what everybody wants to know right now because you fucked up the ending. Or even if people think you executed the ending, well, when's the next season? Previously, you said the show could be running as many as 5 seasons. But I noticed you just referenced just now getting a 2nd and 3rd season. So it's made me wondering if you've adjusted that ambition at all. He says, I wouldn't read too much into that. I wouldn't read too much into that, period. I don't have a destination in mind. Period.
He's leaving it open. Stretch it out for as long as he's given the leash.
I don't know how long it will take me to get there. Period. It's been such an amazing act of play for me to enter this franchise and bring my own ideas to it. And just like with Fargo, I think, who am I kidding? As long as they let me tell stories in this tone of voice, I'm going to tell stories in this tone of voice. Right now, I feel flush with enthusiasm for this hybrid show that I've made between Alien and looking at the future of humanity in a way that feels entertaining. So I don't know. And look, there are artistic goals and there are commercial goals. This is the second time this motherfucker is bringing in corporate. I want an artist. I want someone with a vision that's not going to compromise their vision because, I need 7 more episodes. I need you to drag this shit. Clearly, this guy will do anything to lick the balls and compromise his artistic vision in order to do whatever the corporate wants him to do. And I'm not down with that. But this is the second time he's bringing it up. Look, there are artistic goals and commercial goals. I think we've launched incredibly well, and I'm certainly hoping that it's not a long nail biter of, can we do this again? My hope is certainly in the next couple of months to get some kind of sign from them as to whether I should get another job or should get back to work. This guy thinks it's going to take months. There's not a deal in place. There's not already things written. Well, he probably has some stuff written, but this to me reveals everything. This is the lost way of making TV shows. We just make it up as we go along from episode to episode. And I hate that. Especially in a franchise that I fucking love. And then when corporate notes come in and this guy's totally willing to compromise his vision just so that he can have a job, no. All right.
Disappointed.
So I'm glad y'all let me read that. Do y'all want to say anything else before we go into the episode breakdown?
No. I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, this was what Hulu kind of does. I mean, they put out one of the best pieces of TV in a decade in Shogun, right? And that's a story. It's a big fucking book. They finished it. And they're just like,
and then corporate comes in. And
corporate comes in. So it's like, what, season 1, Shogun, we get art. And we get art for art's sake. It's the stories we're reading about people dedicated to the craft. And they brought experts in. And they made an amazing thing that is, had there been 8 seasons, it could have been a cultural phenomenon like Game of Thrones.
Right.
And then Hulu's like, make me another one. And they're like,
really? Wait, what?
It's like, I finished the book. And honestly, his second book ain't good. And, and it's like, so what are we doing? And so when we get into these... there's art for art's sake and there's art for corporate sake, and it's a thing that we've been lambasting Disney for a long time. Is they keep putting out this corporate, like consume corporate product, consume corporate product.
It's like Titanic. It's like if you go to James Cameron and say, "Man, that made a lot of money. Wow, Titanic. Can I get a Titanic too?" And James is looking at you like, what?
Tubi? There's actually is a Titanic
Tubi?
too. It's on James Cameron.
There's a possessed one too, like an evil Titanic.
That is hilarious.
Titanic 666, I think.
Oh my god. Yeah. Of course you would know that joke.
And so then when we get into these like 2nd and 3rd seasons, there's always drop offs next season, and I would not be surprised with the way that Disney has like pulled back on some spending if they go, hey, this is just too expensive.
It is it rare that a second season is better than a first season? Yeah, I think it's rare, especially with all knowing who this guy is, knowing the way he thinks. I think it's rare. I will give the percent chance, 25% chance that he fixes things and makes things better. There's a small chance because there's talent here. There is talent here. What?
Plug in the laptop for him?
Yeah. Oh. Is it gonna die? Or?
Yes, because I don't want it.
Yeah,
OBS to go.
it's losing battery. Okay, so let's go into the episode real quick here. So we have at the beginning we get the crab versus the alien. I thought that crab was gonna throw down with the alien. Come on, motherfucker!
Give it a knife.
But then it's filmed as if it was a dream. The crab was like, whoa, where the fuck did the guy go? The camera was focusing on me. Then when the camera comes back, the alien was gone. Was he really there? I don't know.
Yeah, weird story tells crab.
Dana
friends.
loves those fades.
Yeah,
Just loves.
And now that we're at the end of the fucking series and I was telling you about creative decisions, I fucking hate that shit. There's a whole sequence, and I'm about to get to that, but we'll bring it up to the front because Alex just mentioned it. There's a whole film sequence that clearly cost a lot of money that is shown exclusively through a crossfade of another shot. Do you know what it is? It is her brother on mission. So, and you can barely see the shit. There are so many extras. There are so many soldiers. It looks like they're putting down a rebellion or a revolt. And her brother's not out really doing noble things, though he's kind of, because he's a medic for the troops, but he's a medic for the oppressive troops that are beating up on the populace. And authoritarianism and stuff, and that's why he's like crying, and he's like fuck, and it's like revealed, but it's all revealed through. I can't see. Stop showing me the goddamn sister and the fucking letters while I can't. The piece of paper. What the fuck, Noah? God damn it! It's okay if you do it like in the intro or short little bits here and there, but it's just too much, and I hate it. And then these contemporary songs, the fucking needle drop at the end of this episode made me so mad.
Now we rule.
It's so fucking overdone and
As soon as
cringy.
it went in, I was like, "What is that? It?
We're gonna rule now." I don't know fucking what the song was. I don't give a fucking shit. But I hated it. All right, going back to the crab versus alien. So we better get a crab alien fight in season 2.
Crabs are scary. They're so evolved.
Yeah,
so.
and I don't know why the crab was defending the hole in the chest.
It's mine. It's all the good bits.
Mine. Good bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have Dame and Alien, the scene where Dame is going to the fucking graves.
Excuse me? We're in the middle of a lockdown. The communications for the entire island have been cut off.
What the fuck?
Satellites,
Can you turn the fan on?
the satellites for the whole island have been cut off. We have intercepted a large group of people here to kill all
the
of
narration. I forgot the narration.
We know that there's an alien loose. She's probably number 4 as far as hierarchy, and she's just wandering around the island in like a weird remote spot, putting flowers down.
No.
It's like, come on.
This is just... and then the next scene, Dame is isolated. And
But Dame, what about your
how does it make
husband?
sense? I don't care. I don't care.
Are you gonna talk about your husband that's been missing?
Yeah.
She cares more about these motherfuckers than she does her husband. Oh, my God. It's so sick. So, but then we get a really bad alien drool effect here. And it just doesn't look right. It's like hyper green. We've never seen this before. And then we
Maybe
get
a cold. Sometimes it comes out green when you got a cold.
See, the alien was suffering from a cold.
Yeah.
And then there's a bad gunfire impact effect where I was like, wait, was that a beanbag? So maybe I was trying to justify it in my head. I was like, okay, maybe they're using beanbags and electricity so that they can capture the alien, right? That's the goal, is to capture the alien.
Maybe, yeah.
But then I went on rewatch. It's like, no, that's a fucking kinetic shot. That's a fucking round that just cannot penetrate the endoskeleton. And later in the show, they show that the xenomorphs are very difficult to penetrate. And you say, well, but pulse rifles can, and aliens are killed all over the place, and aliens too. Yeah, but in the timeline that's further down along the line. Remember that Sigourney Weaver's character Ripley, was in stasis forever, and her daughter died while she was, and then she gets come out of stasis because she's the only one that fought them. And by then, the pulse rifles look slightly different. These are proto-pulse rifles, so maybe the pulse rifles at that point had, penetrating rounds or whatever. But it just looks bad. It looks weird, and then he runs off, and I'm like, what? So that already was kind of weird.
It's like that thing would have killed him.
Killed three
was
of them,
not effective.
Immediately, yeah.
And it just runs off. But every other time, he wipes the whole squad. So what are we doing? Why are we... Clearly... I want you to remember that image every time the writing... That's what's happening. So then we have the bad narration shot saying that Prodigy, is being killed. So the director, whoever directed this, Dana Gonzalez, is even showing incorrect shots during the narration. Prodigy forces are being killed. And while they're saying Prodigy forces are being killed, they're showing Yutani forces dead. You don't even know the difference between the Yutani and the Prodigy. I know it's small things like this, but I got to point these things out that just all show you that it's all thrown together without much thought. Because the Prodigy forces are in this light gray, and the Yutani forces are in this dark black, and with different equipment, and they show shots of them dead when they're saying that Prodigy's being killed. Then I'm like, well, why is there this voiceover anyway? Did the assistant is the only smart motherfucker? He's like, I'm out of here. So you got the assistant telling Kid Cavalier to get off the island. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He left, and maybe he's the real one in charge or whatever. But no, he didn't leave. He was standing in Joe's shower in his room the whole fucking time.
Yeah, it's waiting.
Just waiting Alfred Hitchcock because he wanted the shot. What the fuck? There's so many other more important things this motherfucker could have been doing than just standing there waiting for his fucking line in queue.
He wanted to be there so he could release one of the most dangerous aliens on Earth into a room that is not sealed.
And it's as if they have no idea where anybody goes or travels on base. Like, there's no cameras. So he literally has to wait for Joe to show up because he's like, where's Joe? He probably went to Joe's room because Cavalier was like, I want him for the eye, and for the eye alien. And he's like, okay, well, I'll just wait here. What the fuck? God.
But he was in jail.
He was in jail. And then, but of course, Kid Cavalier ignores his request to leave the island. All non-essential personnel have left.
Only the guy who sprays mold.
Important.
The mold guy is so
That's
important.
essential.
Well, because it's for a jump scare, Joe.
Yeah.
That's essential.
It's essential. Dame will be okay, won't we? Oh, so we have this scene where...
just hacking the planet.
Wendy decides... they realize just now that... What do they realize in prison?
That they can be ghosts.
Yeah, so they what a ghost
what
do,
a ghost
Joe?
do, Alex? Because he doesn't believe in ghosts.
I don't.
What a ghost do, Alex?
They haunt.
They haunt people.
They haunt houses. And I'm with him. I'm like, okay, so y'all are gonna haunt houses, and she literally haunt houses. So then she uses her powers to create a haunted house throughout the whole fucking thing, and so. Elevators are saying they're going to kill you, and they don't really kill you. Cages are being opened, this and that. And I'm like, oh, my God. Why would you have... Number one, why would you have fucking televisions and monitors in prison for people? Like, you're entertaining them.
And then she can hack everything.
Yes.
You know that she can. We've established that and that you've consented to it.
And you don't shut her down.
And you know that you can shut all of these people down with an iPad, and then you don't do either.
Yeah, because Boy Cavalier...
That was shown, right?
Yeah, Boy Cavalier, he's watching a screen, and it all goes down.
Do you know what episode that was?
But it all goes down, and he's like, oh, what's going on? I was like, you know exactly what the fuck is going on.
Oh, all of his computers are like, I don't know what's happening.
You've seen it.
Maybe Wendy is fucking... Marcy, Wendy, whatever, is fucking controlling the thing, but he's an idiot. Then we move on to Joe and Maro in prison. So there's one good scene. So I'll give it, but average scene, right? You put these two characters together. Maro had previously shot Joe, I forgot, with the fucking taser. And, so we get some, Maro is one of the good parts of this.
Captain Hook is always the best part of Peter Pan.
We get various other scenes. Military soldiers are operating on riders' conveniences and what the rider needs in a particular scene. Not any realistic contingency plans, military evacuation protocols. operating procedures, manuals, and rules. And this is what pisses me off, because they're just marionettes. They're just puppets. And I saw, like, in this Hollywood Reporter thing, had something to do with, like, plays. Well, I don't want a fucking play. I want a realistic fucking situation that I believe.
It's all part of his plan. He likes the chaos.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I mean like what these military are doing, because now I'm going to describe to you. TR1, do you read? TR1. And the guy goes, we got to get to the armory and get the big guns. Then what the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing in the next scene? At the next scene, I wrote it down. They're at that random entrance, you know, in the entrance when they had all those people, because they're like, this set is pretty nice. We could do a jump scare in this set. And then they went, oh, the old guy is spraying the thing. We're looking for the alien. But I thought you were going to the armory. They just randomly go to just one little dead-end corner, and then they turn around. And then in the next scene, they're in the fucking containment unit. Just, clear! Like, what do you mean, clear? What are you doing?
It wasn't
You
clear.
said you were going to go to the armory for the big guns.
Well, you also knew it
You
wasn't.
go directly to the most dangerous spot. You go get the guns first. Then you go to the most dangerous spot. But the writers are like,
The glass is broken. Like
It,
you,
in fact,
it's
was
like
not
it's one of the
clear.
biggest cages in the entire room. The glass is
They don't
broken.
even look.
You can see it's broken, and we are hidden.
why
as the
is it
audience.
broken?
Because it escaped.
It
That's
escaped
the,
'cause they got
But why
shot.
is it this?
Oh,
They got
because
shot,
Maro
'cause
shot it
Maro-
with a pistol, and so then it was able to jump out. We see this whole scene. There's supposed to be glass everywhere.
Where's
It's out-
the alarms?
Well, yeah, it just can't.
When the glass shatters and the light goes red, there's no alarms anymore.
If you were mad at the end of Game of Thrones when they kept saying, "Oh, well, we simply forgot," or "They simply forgot," like this whole episode is people in this episode simply forgot.
Daenerys simply forgot
Yeah.
about the Iron Fleet. Daenerys somehow the Emperor has returned.
Yeah.
This is all the worst
Like
shit,
her
man.
keys. Oh man, I forgot my keys.
The soldiers, I forgot my keys. It's more like I forgot my pulse gun. All right, then Wendy fucks with TR1. The elevator is opening. Oh, God must want me to go into the elevator. What? What do you? Then everybody goes in the elevator, and one guy's like, I don't know. And they're like, get in here. The cold air is getting out. What? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
In the elevator. And then Wendy fucks with him like a haunted house. And it was dumb. And
The audience laughed and clapped.
yeah. And then Wendy needs to told her brother the only Nibs. Okay, the whole Wendy so mad over Nibs. That's what's next.
Yeah, you chose
what I'm saying.
them over us, and so when she has this whole thing where everything's all or nothing, and it's this constant excuse that the writers keep giving that they're children, right? And even though they've said that they've turned down their emotions and they've done all these things to inhibit some of that stuff, they always have this excuse.
Fucking kids.
And this excuse is really hard to buy here, where she's like, "Oh, well, you chose her." It's like, I just stunned her so she stopped ripping the face off of a man.
Yes.
And she's right there this whole time.
She's
You've
fine.
been talking to her for the past 2 hours.
Yeah, and she's
Wendy
totally-
knows right from wrong, and she knows that her brother's main trait is that he helps people and prevents people from dying. And it's what she loves about her brother. Do you understand how this is so stupid? But at this point, we have to be like, and if you're doing this thing where Wendy's malfunctioning and she's just turning into something that she's not, then that needs to be pushed more. Okay?
Next
I can already see
season.
people coming up with excuses
Hey,
for this forced drama that doesn't work.
It's dangerous to do that because we did that with Kirsch. We were hoping that it was going to get better and that there was this cool like
Kirsch is
conspiracy
the
thing.
one that sabotaged the door,
And
and
then
the
we-
door just ripped off. No, he's just a kid, and he just rips the door off,
Yeah.
apparently.
It's easy to make excuses for some of these things, and it's just like, look, if you want to do that and it helps you enjoy it, fine. But when we're talking about like, does something deserve its grade, then you can't buy that.
And you can make it up in your head and justify it. And people probably already did that. I just did that for you. But I guarantee you that's not what it is. I guarantee you it's... All right, crossfade scene of Joe doing work in the past. We already talked about that. We're moving on. Then Joe got to take care of Marcy scene. So in the past, his father's like, you got to take care of Marcy. So they're constantly setting up the fact that Joe and Marcy are connected, and there's going to be conflict, and he's got to get her back under control, and she's got to come to her senses. Season 2 material.
Yeah.
All right. It just and to me it just feels like the writers are making things up. Now that's what they do. That's their job, is to make things up. But it has to be based in what the character motivations are, the reality. We already made the comparison between Peacemaker, which is like good writing, versus Alien Earth, that is devolving into just convenience and stupid moments. All right. So we got Prison Break by Marcy. Now she randomly opens the door. I guess she finally decides to start doing stuff, because she was fucking with people at first. But now she says, all right, let me open the door to Maro and Joe randomly. I had to rewind it to see that that's what happened, because it's like 1 second where she goes like that, and then the thing's locked. And then Maro uses the opportunity. Hey, do you have a stogie for me or something? And a cigar? And the guy's like, shut up. And then he just slams through the door, and he starts beating his ass with his... He's got a fucking glove. They thought, all right, we can't let the cyborg have his cyborg hands.
But you just gave him a fucking...
Right, a mallet.
Yeah.
And he almost kills the guy, but Joe's like, stop. And Joe takes a stand. No more killing, you know. And he's like, all right, well, you better find the children, because I'm about to burn this place down. And I believe Maro, you know, so he's still one of the better parts of the show. Yeah. And he immediately goes to attack Kirsch. And I was like, okay, Kirsch. And then I'm like, what the fuck is Kirsch doing? I thought Kirsch was doing something cool or something. I tried to look at what he was making. It's kind of weird. It's a weird looking module. I thought maybe it's so that the eye can go into it and the eye can communicate. I don't know. I think knowing these writers is just some random thing. Hey, just take a wrench and start banging on this thing.
There's a wheel, and
you're
just
at
stand in the
work.
background doing
yes,
this.
Move the wheel.
I know that reference.
In Star Trek.
Yes.
Yeah? Just move the wheel. So Kirsch is moving the wheel, and then fucking Maro comes up behind him, and then we get a cool action scene. He turns around, fires, they fight, and
The alien breaks free.
Yeah. I didn't want any of them to win or lose, because I like them both.
And neither win nor lose. They're fine. Everyone is totally okay.
Yeah.
Kirsch
But I didn't want that to happen. I wanted to want not.
Kirsch needs some maintenance. He just...
Yeah, Kirsch's back is completely fucking broken when the cyborg finally gets the upper hand, slams him into the table. I think it's cool, all the synth blood, and then he tells the story of John Henry. See, these two characters have the best lines and the best dialogue. It's almost as if these guys are written by other people, but then even some of the stink of the shit from the bad writers are getting on to them. But he's like, you know the story of John Henry, and if you don't know, it's like the machine versus human, and obviously the machine should win, but the human just has the will to keep fucking going. And then the synth is like, wait a minute, didn't John Henry die of exhaustion in that? And so it's good.
I'm just getting started.
So it's good stuff. Throwing barbs back and forth as they always have.
Yeah. And it would have been better if there had been consequence to the scene, because if we get to the point where we feel like the writers are saving all the characters for later because they don't know what to do with the story, then there's not tension in the scenes, and that's, I think, the problem that I'm starting to have when nobody dies.
But
even the guy who dies didn't die.
Yeah.
The one guy in this whole episode, one named character in this entire season dies, and he's not dead.
And he's not dead at the end.
Fucking Arthur.
And then the whole thing of him rotating the wheel in the background. There's so many more important things that Kirsch could be doing right now. The fucking synths hybrids are completely out of control. He used to be, and I almost forgot this, he used to be like the parent, right? And the mentor. Shouldn't he be concentrating on that? But I guess what they're saying is no, Boy Cavalier wants him to concentrate on all this useless shit, and that's the point. Pure fucking hubris. All right. We're going to put them in prison, and that situation will resolve itself. While she can hack into the planet. All right, then we get Boy versus Marcy scene. So he tells her the story. So he's like, children, in an ominous way.
Yeah. Do you want to know how I got these scars? It's like, my dad was a drinker. And I was like, man, shut the fuck up.
At this point, we're so knocked out of it that we want to shut the fuck up. I thought it was interesting, though. And the door opens, and then when Marcy's just like, finish the story, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the whole point of the story was to be like, hey, I made my own synth. It's like, we kind of guessed that the old man was a synth already.
Killed his dad. May actually be modeled after his dad. That might be what his dad looks like. So there's some interestingness there. But
again, we're speculating because like, that'll be cool, but it's not going to go anywhere.
No, it won't go anywhere. And he brings one guard... You have these
It said at the beginning, we're running low on soldiers.
non-essential personnel. No, there's still the soldiers should have stayed behind. In one scene where Joe leaves, there's 2 guards walking in the random hall. They do this stupid 2 guards walking just ahead of you scene over and over in this series. Those 2 guards could have gone in there as well, and if they had their guns, there would be a threat. But it just brings one tall guy with a pistol who gets overwhelmed easily, and Nibs just beats the shit out of him and kills him. And then he's scared, but he's excited at the same time. Whatever.
Well, he finally thinks that they've upgraded to a point where he thinks that there's someone on his level, and I get that excitement. He's just still a shitty character that He
calls them floor models. He reveals that he doesn't really give a shit about them. It's about money. So then Boy asks so shit goes to hell, and he runs away. And that's when Joe walks behind the guards that are patrolling for no reason. And then Boy asks for help for $1 million on the radio. And he's like, first person that can find me gets $1 million. Just tell them where you're at. I'm in corridor AB. I'm heading to the fucking thing. But whatever. We need a scene where, I don't know, Marcy shows up. Oh, no, he runs into the alien. Yeah. And the alien is hissing at him, and it's got translucent fucking spit instead of bright green spit. And then, I don't know, it's a different one. And then Marcy's like, with her stupid fucking mouth. I hate it. I want to punch her in the face, in the mouth every time I see it. And it's annoying zoom in. And she tells it to go after her. And you think, oh, it's going after Boy. No, it knocks Boy out of the way, and it goes after the soldiers behind him. And it kills those soldiers in half a second.
The innocent people have to die.
Yep.
Guilty guy gets to live.
Yep.
And that is...
Oh, I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, help me up. And Joe's like, kicks him.
Joe punches him in the face.
First time Joe doesn't want to help somebody.
He missed and hit himself.
He broke his hand, yeah.
Is that what happened?
No, Joe's just an idiot.
Strobe light is on for no fucking reason.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what? Who's putting these strobe lights
Dana,
in?
Stop it. Stop it, Dana.
It's because they wanted it. What was it? It was fucking windy.
It's what it is.
Cool.
No, it's because it's been in previous Aliens, and so they just have to throw them in.
No, it's foreshadowing, Joe. That scene is unwatchable because this episode becomes unwatchable, and you're like, I don't want to watch this. So you're like, get it? You don't want to watch it.
Yeah. TR1 is still fucking around, entering empty rooms in military style, clearing formation because the writers are fucking stupid. So they enter, and then for no reason, the chick opens the fucking room to the alien who's been melting the table door. There's nothing in there. You can fucking see it, but she's like, boop, boop, bitch. Whoa, it stinks. And then just so that the fucking plant can fucking grab her, and they enter the room. They don't see an alarm. They don't see the broken thing. They don't see the red light. They don't see none of it.
It happened too fast, though.
It's so dumb.
Yeah,
and then it happens too fast. So I like it. Where you get the little thing, it's on her, and then and then it grabs her, and I like the idea of
the buildup the buildup of that plant, we were like, oh, everyone was like, okay, what is this gonna do? What is it gonna do? And then it's gone.
It's not a threat because it does the dumbest thing it possibly can, and it kills someone while everyone's shooting at it, and then immediately dies. Like I think the aliens are kind of clever. All of the other ones feel like they're a threat. Like the plant's never gonna kill more than one person ever. Unless there's only one person in the room. Because it's like, oh, you ate Joe? Bam, bam, bam. The plant's dead, and I don't have to worry about it.
And the hilarious part is the plant's not dead. They don't fucking shoot the plant. So the plant grabs her. She shoots everybody in the room. Everybody, and then her best friend, who is the one that can shoot it, decides not to shoot it. Upon rewatch, he doesn't ever shoot it.
The plant's alive?
Because he feels like, oh, I will kill her if I shoot. But there's still plenty. There's plenty of room. And then once she stops moving, then he can shoot it. But instead of shooting, he kind of thinks about it. But he's just like, oh. And so I'm just going to let my guard down for no reason, even though that thing is still active and alive. And then he gets knocked in the head. And I guess they're going to save this character for season 2. They can if they want, or she hit him so hard that his fucking head caved in. But they probably would have shown that. So he's probably going to be saved for season 2. And I swear to God, I will not watch season 2 if they show that chick survives too. Or the alien was just massaging her and she's in critical condition. That just seems like something these writers would do. Because like, oh, she was really fun on set and we really like. And so let's just, we'll get his friends again and we can create drama. Just shut up. Shut up. You don't have a plan, do you? No, this is a real plan, Joe. This is a real plan. She survived the plan. For drama. I'll fucking stop
bad.
All right, anyway, then Teocelus uses a dead body. You're telling me it couldn't find a human host. Again, the writer's what if the Teocelus walks...
But it goes
Remember
for
how long
Joe.
it
It
took?
goes for Joe. We already knew Joe has plot armor. It's not gonna happen.
Do you remember how long it took Smiley or Slightly and the motherfucker to get there? Oh my God, this is so stupid. And they did it because he knows everything about the hybrids. He created the hybrid program.
How the fuck did it know it was way over there?
So in one way, I'm happy that Teocelus seems to be a major part of what they're doing. And they gotta carry this over. And Teocelus, if the hybrids ever fuck with Teocelus knows how to shut them down or do all these other things. That has potential in season 2. Because the one good thing from this series is I love the little eyeball guy.
He was the best part, but they don't.
But it's so stupid that he gets on this body that is necrosis. This thing has been sitting there forever.
It has no ability, like... This is gone. The lungs and the heart are gone. And so it's like, I get it if something is like, it can replace the brain, but how is it going to replace the other stuff?
The lungs are gone. The heart is gone. No, he wouldn't.
He doesn't need a heart, just one lung.
And so you're thinking, oh, well, we get the actor. The actor gets to come back. No, it's going to have to... He'll come back for 15 minutes in the next episode, and it'll jump to a Yutani person. Because
you couldn't find a Yutani person between there and there?
Right, but the Yutani people are on the way. Oh, and then they show a crossfade of the young Yutani CEO, and she's like, invasion and recovery. It's like, well, what? Then why didn't you fucking... If you're gonna fucking invade, if you're doing corporate fucking war, then what was stopping you from doing that in the first fucking place?
I'm going to give it one extra point if Arthur comes back to his wife. She's like, there's something different about you, but I can't put my finger on it. And he just blends in.
He said, well, nothing's wrong with me.
It's like Men in Black.
No, sugar.
Yeah.
What is sugar? It's like an Egger suit.
I give it 1 point.
Damn it, Joe. I got to wait 2 years to see if they do that.
No, I don't
We
think...
don't even get to
It's
see the
not gonna happen.
motherfucking Teocelus talk the whole fucking time. He even has
Next
a little...
season.
He's got the sheep in the fucking box. And I thought that they were going to do something with it. And no, it's just... Oh, I forgot the scene where Joe... It gets
Plot
captured.
armor,
Plot armor jumps in the thing. I did like. I was
When
like,
he
get in the
comes
box.
in and then fucking
he gets in the
kicks
box.
it. Yeah, she
There's
kicks it.
one good
The
thing.
super strength synth guy has him, and instead of grabbing him and putting him in something that guarantees, they release again the most dangerous alien on the island in a room that's easy to escape from, and then it escapes.
It was like a Dr. Evil. It was like, oh, we're going to look at them. No.
On an
That's pretty
Ep guard.
fun.
One an Ep guard.
All right, and then invasion and recovery from Yutani, and then it has all the principal characters that were once in power, now in a cage. Isn't that so cool?
Message.
Yeah,
And
they dressed up the dame like a pirate. She looks like a gypsy.
What the
But
fuck?
it's like, get it? She's the pirate, and all the pirates are in the thing. Even Captain Hook.
Yeah, the Lost Boys win.
Yeah.
The alien's a pet. He's crawling on there, and then the second alien shows up and is just following. It's like, what?
And he's still baby. He's still
Yeah, I thought it was
Don't
going to
they-
be on her. Like,
Should have been grown by now,
I
but
thought it was going to be on
whatever.
her shoulder.
Yeah.
Are they going to continue the baby form? Is he stuck in baby form? Why is he listening to her? I thought that they had this personal connection, but I guess not. She could just talk
She
to
knows her
all
language.
aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So what do we do now? We rule. What the fuck is this? What do you mean we rule? What do you think is going to happen? There's no fucking way. I'm going to choose the worst possible. So there's 3 possibilities. They have a fight with the Yutani forces that are invading the island, right? She uses the alien xenomorph, the aliens that are escaped on the island. There's maybe a few security forces isolated left from Prodigy that fight
Leeches.
Yutani. Or they surrender and Yutani takes over, and then the next season is fighting Yutani and Yutani doing pure fucking hubris. Or they're like, oh, fuck, all of these human forces, you guys can be back in charge. They let them take back over. They're like, hey, we will deal with Yutani for you. And then Cavalier can have scenes. Kirsch can have scenes. Maro can return to Yutani.
No, Three Ninjas meets Home Alone is what we're doing.
So that's why I thought the third option, the worst option.
No.
What is that?
Well, the kids decide that they have to defend their house.
Home Alone.
Yeah, and so they're going to set up traps, and there's going to be all sorts of cool stuff.
It does make for an amazing first episode.
Do the diarrhea thing and then the drink from Three Ninjas. Yeah, it's going to be great.
But then what happens after that?
They nuke the island. There's the only way to be sure.
But then what do you do for the other 7 episodes since it's going to be another 8 episodes?
Oh, no, it's going to take 7 episodes for them to invade the island.
Oh, God.
Joe's going to accidentally step on Nib's foot.
And then,
be like, how dare you, Joe?
And then Wendy knocks his head
Wendy's
off.
going to be mad. I'm mad again.
Fuck this show.
We are humans, not robots.
The alien's a bit of an afterthought. Here's some random thoughts. The alien's an afterthought. Kirsch has the best line. I love his impulse control. You have ADD. You have a lack of impulse control, and it's so true on him. What was Kirsch working on? I told you. It's just a very bad cliffhanger. Super disappointing. Rushed all the themes and setups. All the questions are open-ended.
Cliffhangers work really well when you're excited about what's coming next and you desperately want an answer. Cliffhangers don't work when you're like, hey, man, that kind of fucking sucks, and I'm not sure I'm interested in waiting 2 years, 3 years with Stranger Things. It's just like eventually people just stop becoming interested.
So by the end of this show, only the monsters and Kirsch and Maro were great. And when they did the aliens thing in episode 5, wonderful. But I've turned on this series. I've gone from thinking it's one of the best to one of the biggest disappointments.
Yeah.
They went too hard into Marcy and Wendy and the pet xenomorph, which could still be cool, but right now is currently stupid, and I hate every time she calls it through 17 walls and miles away. And should have I guess if you cared about the kids, then yeah, you're happy right now. But this, I don't know. They're gonna make a deal with Yutani. Or they'll attack and defend Yutani, or they're going to put the adults back in charge to make a deal with Yutani.
I mean, Yutani's got to win, right? Like, it has to be the thing where the kids try to defend the island.
Yutani is going to lose the alien. There's the end goal here is that the alien does die, does not get captured, or escapes, and they can't get a hold of it. And so that's why they have to redirect the space truckers to LV.
Well, that's the end. I'm saying season 2 has to be Yutani wins, captures probably Wendy, massive casualties, gets the aliens, sent them to their own secure facility, and through their
Yutani facility,
their hubris, they can't contain any of it.
But what about the mold, Alex?
Oh, did you care about the mold?
Yeah. I care about. I want to know what the spraying is.
Oh,
they're gonna stay in this location. They built these sets. They got to go on the cheap. So Yutani's gonna take over these sets, and they won't go to Yutani. They'll just use all this stuff.
Let's give it a nice gold paint. Some crazy helmets.
Crazy helmets in the hallway.
Yeah, and well, I guess if they do that, then Wendy can just take over everything at all periods of time because she'll have control of the network.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun. With
she's going to see the ships, so she's going to control the ships.
No.
Bring them down.
Wendy she's too OP. There's
she's
no
gonna
opposition.
bring down the ships
it's
with her
not
powers.
Interesting. It's not interesting.
Do you think she's purposely going to start feeding people to the eggs so she can have more pets?
No.
The reason why I watch these alien shows is because there's an alien threat. There's no xeno threat anymore.
I heard there's gonna be
it's
aliens
minimal.
here.
It's minimal threat. And
the only threat was boredom.
it doesn't even feel like a full season. I called this, but it was way worse than I thought. And yeah,
it was.
They think they are. And all the kids think they're dead now, and they're something else. So I think that was resolved. I think all the kids believe that they're not kids anymore, and they're just ghosts. So in the next season, I guess they'll just go. I can't believe nobody died. I didn't snitch. Do you think Curly snitched?
No.
So then how did they? I guess just the cameras on the island.
I think. Because they also suspected Joe. They're like, Joe, because he was asking, it's like, okay, where's the port? Where's this? Where's that? And he's like, hey, we got a good gig here. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, they're like,
and
hey,
then they kind of noticed him take off. It's like,
it could have been
he's
going
to go to the people.
Yeah, they didn't really resolve that. But
that's what
clearly,
I'm assuming.
Nice. All right, guys, that is about all. This went from a fucking 9-10 to a goddamn 5-4, you know, and that's a huge travesty, a huge disappointment. I'm angry about it right now, so maybe over time
You'll forget about
I'll get
it.
softened on it. And
I don't
it's
think
like,
you're softened on it. I think you're more likely to just forget about it.
forget about it or make it worse, Joe, because this is my favorite film of all time is Aliens, and so in this universe, I'm super, you know, I'm not gonna fuck around. They fucked around.
They did, though.
Noah fucked around. So Noah wants to fuck
he's
around
gonna
some
find
more.
out.
So now we're gonna wait months for an announcement. I thought I would have been like, okay, here's my ideal situation. You announce ahead of time before this finale they're getting a season 2. So you can be like, oh, okay. So this is not the end. What do you have here? Oh, a huge cliffhanger. All right, I'll wait till season 2. And it's a 1 year away. That's the ideal situation. But no, they don't even know. It's going to be minimum 2 years. If they wait too long, going to be 3-year wait. And it could get canceled. I say the % chance that it doesn't get another season is a non-zero. There's a chance that it just ends here. And Disney's like, you know what? This is too expensive. Because I think it's $200 million. $200 or $250 million for all 8 of these episodes. So there's a non-zero chance. I'm thinking I'm going to put it at like 15 to 20% chance this thing just gets canceled. And we don't see any more. And if that happens...
This was like one of those endings like Resident Evil, those bad movies.
Oh, at the end of all the fucking Mila Jovovich movies.
You're like, oh, God, this is stupid.
You didn't even fucking resolve this goddamn thing. We didn't do anything conclusive. God damn it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. Thank y'all for going through this with us.
Yes.
If you still love the show, because we were one of the few shows out there doing reviews on it week to week that we were positive. Because I started looking at other reviews and then going back in the reviews, just eviscerating every fucking episode. And there's still episodes that I would defend. There's still things that I enjoy about the series.
There's one that I watched. He liked it. He's like, well, I've been fooled. Yeah, and then then he's like, this is shit.
What do you remember the series?
Yeah, Critical Drinker.
Okay.
Yeah, he liked it at first. He's like, there's some good stuff.
Yeah,
but
we liked it at first as well.
They fucked it up.
Yep. And it's fucked up. And I've seen, I agree completely. So we'll see. We'll see what how this goes down, how people remember the series, and if they're going to announce it anytime soon, whether it gets a second season or not. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.